Boat Festival today. What's going on, buddy?
Hey, what's up, PT? Doing a great job there. Hopefully not too good of a job. I'll be out of a job.
No, 8 o'clock, really 7:30 start time for me, 6 o'clock wake-up call, PT liking
that's
to go.
Too early for you?
Oh, well, I didn't go to bed till like 2. I was watching the Phillies game, and then what else did I get involved with last night? I think I watched it John from Cincinnati because I never saw that show when it first aired. So, yeah, I am a late-night owl, so I don't think you have to worry about losing your spot here anytime soon, bud.
All right, good stuff.
Tell me about that Dragon Boat Festival. What's going on out there?
Yeah, it's really it's starting to heat up now. Everybody's kind of filtering in, and all the vendors are getting their tents set up, and teams are kind of filtering in, getting all their team T-shirts on, and it's going to be a great event. I mean, we'll be out here all day till about 5 o'clock. Like you mentioned before, we have a Glory Days boat in the race, so we're looking to take home the title. Obviously, we really got some great athletes on our squad. Not sure if you know this name, Chelsea Johnson, former Absegami basketball player.
Yep, absolutely.
I'm sorry, Holy Spirit basketball player. She scored over 1,000 points. Julie Reinhardt, she's a teacher over at Egg Harbor Township. Paula King, another teacher from Egg Harbor Township. We got Travis Amstutz, assistant baseball coach from Vineland High School. A couple of Holy Spirit rowers. So we're pretty loaded.
Yeah, I saw you had your shirts made up, and you were talking about your dream team and some of the people in there. It's the Dragon Boat Festival, by the way, and this has a charity aspect to it, obviously. Gilda's Club of South Jersey is the beneficiary. This is the inaugural South Jersey Dragon Boat Festival. There's been Dragon Boat Festivals everywhere else. And this boat, by the way, 41 feet in length, 45 inches wide, about 550 pounds. So you can't just row it with like you and me. And it takes a village.
Yeah, it really is. It's interesting. We had a practice session last night, and I didn't realize how difficult it was going to be. A little bit of a shocker to me. You have about 20 rowers in a giant canoe, and you all have to be in sync, or otherwise you're kind of going to go sideways and squirrely. So, we'll see how. We didn't have the full team out there for practice yesterday, so we'll see how quickly some of these great athletes can adapt to it.
In doing my research, I went through the website for the Dragon Boat Festival, and I actually went through and read what the rules were, and there's a lot of prizes and handouts, but, there were a lot of things that you think would be common sense, but it's like, do not bring your phone on the Dragon Boat, just in case the boat capsizes. We don't think it's going to capsize, but it might.
Yeah, and they were going over a lot of rules last night at the practice. If you win and you finish, don't stand up in the boat because you'll rock the boat and everybody will fall in, so... It's a very, I don't want to say unstable, but when you have 20 people in a canoe, obviously you can imagine, you all have to be kind of in sync and not really, you have to distribute the weight evenly, and, there's a lot of strategy that goes into it.
Oof, that would throw me off right off the bat. Like a tug of war, you want me at the back of the rope. Sully, we're talking with Dave O'Sullivan, who's the publisher at Glory Days. That's acglorydays.com, and on Twitter, he's at GD Sully Says. Now, one more thing about the Dragon Boat, I'll say that the goal I know was to raise about $90,000. It looked on the website like they were already pretty close. So for the inaugural year, it looks like it's really a success already.
Yeah, really a great event to raise some money for cancer research, and it's already pretty packed here. There's tents lined up all along the inlet here at Bader Field, and all kinds of vendors. It's going to be some entertainment going on. Really a great event, and excited to be a part of it.
So Dave O'Sullivan's with us here on the South Jersey Sports Report. Normally he's here in studio behind the microphone, but today he's out at the Dragon Boat Festival, and he is the publisher of a great publication. It's Glory Days Magazine. I'll tell you what, I have issue number 55 in my hand, picked up at a nice local establishment. Leader of the pack, Mainland's Ashley Albright, a role model on and off the field. And Sully, congrats to you and great success. I mean, this venture, I know you've goosed it along and birthed it from infancy, and it's really grown into something.
Yeah, it really has been a great 3 years. It's something I've always had in the back of my mind that I wanted to do. Never really had the confidence to go out on my own and start my own business. But some circumstances led to a situation where I felt like it was the right time, and obviously the fans have really enjoyed what we're doing, and can't thank them enough for supporting everything we've done over the last 3 years.
And of course, I like it when I see sponsors that are in your magazine, that that sponsor the PT as well. For example, I had my nice dinner last night at Walt's Original Primo Pizza. That was in Egg Harbor Township. So guys like Walt's and guys like, I just flip here and I see the breakfast shop there in Summers Point, just local people that understand that local sports really need to be paid attention to.
Sure, yeah, and we're building some great connections with a lot of these business owners that really understand our audience and that we are, hyper local sports magazines. So they're really getting on board with what we're doing, and that's great to see. And we're looking forward to our fourth school year coming up here in August. So we're working on our year in review issue coming out in a few weeks. So trying to take a few days off here in July, but it's not easy.
Yeah, it's allegedly the quiet time. I noticed that you had me fill in when none of the high schools are in session, right? You wanted to challenge me, right?
Right. Yeah. The radio show in the summertime, you definitely have to dig a little deeper to get some guests.
Yep.
But it was great hearing Dante Moore earlier. He's an outstanding young man and had a great career at Egg Harbor Township. He's going to do great things at Pennsylvania.
I hope I didn't upset him with that Absagami game. I mean, I know that didn't go their way. Were you out there that night? The apocalyptic night?
I was. That has inspired me to look around for some really good rain boots for next fall.
I do remember at the end of that night, because the only time that, and maybe you heard earlier that I was kind of a wuss and I was back up near the concession stand almost under the overhang because, quite frankly, I'd gotten so drenched at Pleasantville, I just didn't want to get any wetter, and I was trying to protect the equipment. But if you remember, that game came down to like a blocked extra point or a blocked field goal, I think it was. And so eventually
it actually turned out to be a great game. And funny you mentioned about the rain. The clothes I wore that night were still soaked on Sunday. So that tells you the kind of rain we were having that night.
Right, 48 hours later, yeah. And that was almost kind of rain we had last night, which is why I brought that up with him. But it sure was nice.
Hopefully the weather will hang out, hold off today. It's a little cloudy right now, but, which is kind of good. Keeps the sun off our backs for at least a couple hours.
Yeah, at least you're not going to get cooked or baked, that's for sure. The dome is still down. The cover is over, so you'll be okay. Now, you might sweat, you might sweat it all out, but hey, a little sweat for charity isn't a bad deal. Dave O'Sullivan's at the Dragon Boat Festival today. That's Gilda's Club of South Jersey at Bader Field. If you're interested, go out there and support the Gilda's Club by checking out the Dragon Boat Festival. And Dave, don't worry, I'm not taking over your seat, buddy. It'll be here for you next week.
I appreciate you filling in, Pete. Thanks, man.
All right, take care and have a great row. All right, see you, Dave.
Definitely will. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Okay, you're listening to the